Hi, Robin with Oxy-Dry. This carpet is, I think, around about 10 years old. The lady says she replaced it. And they've been here for 24 years, so she wasn't sure how long ago it was, but judging from the wear on it, even in this bedroom, as you can see, we've got quite a pooling and shading happening at the door. That's not a dirty spot. That's just mostly the way the yarn is leaning one way and then leaning the other, so you've got two different effects. And if you see how it disappears, and notice how now that it's light here and dark over here. So if you're a carpet cleaner and you're not really familiar with what's happening here, this is really an important thing to understand, that you can't fix that. When you clean it, you will lift the pile and everything, but you won't actually, the pile is chronically move, the pile lean one way, then leans the other way, and depending on where you're standing and how the light reflects off the carpet, you will see is light and dark patches. It's actually quite incredible when you understand what's happening. But sometimes the customer doesn't understand that, so you need to understand so you can explain it clearly. Anyway, this carpet is it's a nylon. So other than the wear, there's actually very little visible soiling. I cleaned it about 2 years ago. You can see more pooling and shading here. Just a little fluff. Anyway, so obviously I vacuumed it all. We're just doing the upstairs, and I got a family room downstairs to do, and a set of stairs. I'm not going to be moving anything other than the 2 chairs in the office. But anyway, I thought, years ago, I used to clean with these all the time. This was my main pad. This is actually the Astro turf green stripe. And I've been using them, I picked up a few, and I've been using them for commercial, and I really like them on commercial, actually. But normally speaking, I wouldn't use them on a residential carpet. But this carpet isn't really soiled, but it could do with a little extra scrubbing. I probably could, do a 2-step with the Hog's Hair and then the Ironman. But I thought, this is a good opportunity to just try the AstroTurf on this particular one. In this case, I think it's a good candidate, put it that way. I'm just going to spray a little bit here because there is a little bit of extra soiling here. Obviously, the pathway into the ensuite here. And I cleaned it. I was here a couple of years ago, or a little bit more than 2 years ago, I think. But anyway, so let's see what happens. We'll see if I like it. Like I say, I used these. This was my main pad for quite a few years, actually, because way back when I started 30 years ago, the Ironman didn't exist. Microfibre didn't exist. There were the loopy ones, which I never liked. Oops. And let's see, there were the green, and these ones. Oh, and that was it. And by the way, that looked pretty good. Really good, actually. Hang on a sec. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, that looks like it's really working well. Anyway, it's just one of those scenarios where having the option to use different attachments, different pads, that's again one of the reasons I really like the rotary. It keeps you thinking. But yeah, this is actually looking really good. Nylon. Gotta love the nylon carpets. Yeah, I don't mind the way this is looking at all. The AstroTurf fibers there, bristles, I guess you could call them, actually do scrub pretty well. So this will be a single step that I'll be doing on this carpet. That's kind of what I was thinking. I probably could have done this with an Ironman, but I think this is actually a better choice. Because of the Astro Turf bristles, they're going to really comb at that carpet a little bit. And where we have this pooling and shading, and that additional scrubbing, actually, it does help. At least initially. I mean, it'll obviously go right back to the way it was very rapidly because it's got a set, and you can't unset the yarn. But anyway. There was a little spot there, and it's gone. Nice. I did pardon me. I did pre-treat a couple of spots and stains with Suspend, which is right here. I just see a little tiny spot right there. But yeah, this is working great. I'm running at low speed right now. There's high speed. Maybe I'll have to use these a little more often. I definitely like them on commercial jobs, especially at high speed. It just seems to really work well on the commercial rugs, carpets that I've been using these on. With the rotary anyway. Kind of curious to see what this pad's going to look like. This isn't as absorbent a fiber, or the fiber content on these pads as a cotton would be, but depending on the carpet, that's fine. Depends on what you're doing. And of course, this is an encapsulating cleaner I'm using. Anyway, so let's pull the slack behind me. Yeah, you can definitely see it lightening up. And it's quite a thick pad, so it has a real smooth feedback. Remember, when we first started out 30 years ago, we lived in an apartment in Penticton, and I remember I had to wash my pads all the time, so there was a laundry room in the apartment building. At the end of the day, I'd go in there with maybe 5 or 10 or whatever of these pads, and of course into the washing machine they go. And pretty much every day I was coming home and having to put them in the wash, and of course I had to pay. I don't remember what I paid, that was a long time ago. And yeah, that's what I did way back then. Oh yes, the good old days. But anyway, that's what you do. Remember quite often going down to the laundry and discovering someone had pulled them out of the washing machine, and because they wanted to use the washing machine, and they just pulled them out and put them aside. But anyway, that was the first, I guess, 2 or 3 years, and then we moved from there to a townhouse, actually. And then from there we actually moved into another apartment. Yeah, and then from there to our first house, which was in 2004. But anyway, what I did actually, I can't remember when I started doing it, but I think when we moved into the townhouse, my wife didn't want me to put the pads and everything into the washing machine for, our own washing machine, that is, so I ended up starting to go to a laundromat with them, which was fine. It became an issue, or definitely more of an issue, a little bit later when I ended up with the microfiber pads, because the microfiber pads, you don't want to put them into the dryer at high temperature. I remember a few times getting them back, and the nylon bristles on the microfiber pads, because I had the ones with scrub strips too, sometimes they would be actually melted a little bit, because those dryers, those commercial dryers, get awful hot, and I don't think that was good for the microfiber either. And then of course the other issue, which I didn't realize at first, is that when you are using a washing machine or dryer, pardon me, yeah, I guess even either or, I guess, and somebody has been using it ahead of you and they've been using a fabric softener, that's a problem. That screws up your microfiber. So bear that in mind if you're having to take your stuff to a laundromat. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to move away from using the microfiber. But anyway, I don't use them under my rotors anyway anymore. I think they're not the best choice, because they tend to they tend to kind of, the microfiber kind of lays over, and I think the Ironman are more effective at actually scrubbing, because they have the sort of the loops, and so with this, because it's got the Astro as well as the fibers. But anyway, it's nice to have different choices. And again, this carpet is looking just great. Really, it is. This is working really well. I'm very pleased with this Astro pad. No problem at all. It's not going to be the answer in every case, but it's nice to have the choice. And sometimes I'll use them. Now I need to go over this hallway a little bit extra, I think. The landing. We'll do the 300 RPM across there, and then we'll take a look at the see how the pad looks. These are expensive pads. In Canada, these pads are like $50 each or more. That's crazy. And they're going to get more expensive real soon. Okay. All right, looking really good. It's really lifting and scrubbing that yarn. I like it. Polishing it nicely too. Okay, so let's have a look. I'm curious to see this. Well, it's definitely soiled. Not terribly though. So, but the carpet really did not look soiled at all, really. Only a couple of spots where it had a little bit of soiling. So, anyway, I'll let you go. I thought you might find that interesting. So, thank you for watching, and have a good day.